Oh, I gotta start the timer. Lead the WIP Wednesday, my child is coming.
Lead the WIP Wednesday. I thought she just told me to leave. Hello, and long time no see. Coming to you with a different outfit. Something comfy that I can work in and that won't be destroyed by a cat. If you don't understand that reference, go check out Sam and I's book talk, episode 20, Grandmaster Demonic Cultivation, volume 5, for the inside scoop. WIP Wednesday is a Wednesday live stream. I'm trying to put my case back on my phone because I took it off to put a screen protector on, and then I couldn't find my screen protectors right before we went live, which is what I'm doing with my hands. WIP Wednesday is a Wednesday where we work on our WIPs, which are our work in progresses. I hated that. Never let me say that again. Work in progresses. I'm working on
CB, it's our works in progress.
Yeah.
You said work in progress. Progress isn't what you pluralize.
I'll just leave. Okay. Anyways, I'm working on take two. Our works in progress, singular, but also plural. Where we work on our projects. I'm working on my queer romantasy novel, Storm's Heir, which is I'm working on draft 2. Yeah.
Sorry, you said Storm's Heir, and my brain went storm through the air.
Fuck off. If you missed it, go to like the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes of that stream, and you'll get to see Storm appear off camera and launch herself and fail and fall.
That stream being the Grandmaster Volume 5 book talk.
Yeah, explain that. There's fallout of her doing that. She ruined my brand new sweater, which I don't know if I'll be able to fix. And I'm not trying not to be upset about it. I'm not.
With the life of a parent, I have so much empathy for you.
It was like 10 minutes, or not 10 minutes. It was like a $10 because it was on super sale, but I literally just got it. I wore it once on Thanksgiving, and I was like careful not to spill anything on it. And then, anyways, she shattered a plastic thing, so I was checking her feet for blood. She's fine. She's ashamed and hanging out downstairs because she can't face me. I went to say hi to her, and she literally would not face me. And then she didn't like that, so she jumped off my chest and ruined my shirt. But it's fine. Anyways, I'm working on my gay dragon novel. Sam, what are you working on?
I've been told I have to work on The Sweetest Secret. I can't just make keychains.
No holiday presents. That's not...
Okay. All right, but hear me out, chat. Hear me out. I just had a meeting with my editor about Not For Her last night, and my editor's now going to go through and do her in-depth comments and critiques and everything on how to revise. So I'm like, writing wise, I only want to work on Not For Her. I don't want to work on anything else. I'm being a big brat. I know. I'll work on Sweetest Secret. I'm testing out a new writing program, which is basically kind of like Milanote and Discord smacked together for documents. So I'm very excited to work on this, to try out the program. So I will be working on The Sweetest Secret. I did open a new tab to do something real quick.
Yeah.
But then my child came in. I no longer remember why this tab is here. And I'm like, so the first sprint, I'm going to try to solve that mystery because otherwise I will not be able to focus on anything. It's not emails. I've already checked those.
I went from working on, or yesterday I added 1,000 words to a separate sequence to chapter 10, and now I'm picking up and going back to revising kind of thing. So I'll see what happens there. And that's what I'm working on.
Very quickly, Blake is redesigning a PC. She's allowed to destroy stuff. It's okay. She's a little silly.
Me or Storm?
Both. Hello.
Our sprint ended. Oh, you guys are really high now because I put desk into writing by hand mode. I'm giant. Oh, this is the sorry. I still can't hear you. No hearing. No hearing. No noise. Well, Sam figures that out. I worked on my book a little. I did run outside about 20 minutes ago, worried that I was street sweeping and I was going to get a ticket, but it's not.
Testing.
And I can hear you. And my car is on the other side of the road, so I would doubly fine. And then I got a little bit done, but I'm having this scene here, and I'm like, don't know what else to say, like in the conversation, because I was like setting some things up before, and I already set that up. And I'm like, a guy's trying to talk to Jason about something that should be covert, and they're in a ballroom. Like, this is not a private space. And I kind of want Jason just to like leave. And then, like, the guy's talking, and Jason's like, he thinks about it. He's like, he can't really say anything. Like, he doesn't want to implicate himself, but he doesn't want to like blow the guy off. So maybe he'll just let the guy continue talking. And then I decided, like, only with 45 seconds left. I was like, maybe he just sits there.
He just sits there.
He just sits there. And then the guy's like, I'll send you the information. And then the guy leaves. But I'm like, I don't want Jason to be like, let's talk about the super secret thing that can definitely get me executed. Because the other guy's talking about it, but Jason doesn't want to die. So yeah, that's what I worked on.
I did not work on Sweetest Secret because I remembered what the tab was for. I was going to try to fix my microphone because when I was in the call with my editor, my microphone was working for the call through the laptop. And then randomly toward like the end, we weren't working anymore. We were just talking now. But like toward the end, my microphone just stopped working. And when I was trying to fix it, that application was like, your system settings has muted it. So I was like, oh, maybe I can try to find a thing. But I have a Lenovo laptop, and they were like, hey, download this thing so that we can like scan your system and everything. And it won't install. So I'm like, you know what? After the stream today, I'm going to make dinner. And then while Chris and I are watching stuff, I'm factory resetting my laptop. I'm saying, fuck it. I'm tired of this. Especially since I don't know how the backstage of the Right Now-a-thon is going to work. So I'm like, I might very much need my mic to work through my microphone.
Yeah.
So I had already been contemplating factory resetting it, but now I'm like, no, for sure. My like...
need a solution before this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it working last night really just kind of motivated me. I was like,
sounds like there is a solution here. You're just not getting it. I cleared my email like half an hour ago, and all of a sudden I have 11 emails, and I'm just like, please, I can't do this. There's so many emails all of the time. It's because I'm signed up for a bunch of apartment searches and all that sort of stuff.
This also means that I am now, the next sprint, I'm going to move all of the documents from my desktop that I've been meaning to move into my Dropbox, actually put them in my Dropbox. Mm-hmm. Most of which the documents are just flash fiction free for all. But that won't take me most of the sprint. So I should actually work on Sweetest Secret after that.
I'm considering getting some food, but I would I'm kind of limited of what I can eat right now because my teeth are bothering me. From fillings I got, which is concerning because it was Friday. Yeah, Friday I got the fillings, and they're still bothering me. So I'm kind of getting tired of pasta, which is not something I ever thought I would say. So, but maybe I'll get some to eat. I'm not sure though. I'm like, I'll eat a bar or like a snack or something like that, or like the sandwich stuff I have. But I'm like, no, I don't want my face to hurt. But yeah, other than that, I worked on this a little, talked about my hero with some friends, and that's really it. Jessica said she fed the child biscuits and got 372 words of outlining a new God draft too. Nice.
Seemed like you had a thought, so I was like waiting to see if you could recapture the thought.
I got a text from roommate.
Oh, okay. Outlining a new God draft 2. Nice. Oh, I did work in the Only Office program. I don't think I actually named the program, but now you all know I'm trying out Only Office. I was trying to not name it until I knew if it was good or not, but I'm already in love with it. I just discovered that because I was like, I knew I could upload a document, but then it was like upload folder, and I was like, I uploaded like the folder for Not For Her to the room that my editor and I are using. So now my editor has like access to all my all my drafts and my critiques and stuff. And I'm like, I can do that. So oh my God, I'm in love with this thing. I demand that as one of my critique partners, you join it so I can add you to the room. It's free. It has a browser and a computer. I don't like the computer app as much, so I've just been using the browser.
Does it have a phone app?
Let me check. Entertain the people while I'm checking.
Root canal? Is that entertaining to people? They said I'm at risk for getting a root canal.
It says mobile apps.
Okay.
I can't attest to them, as I can't really attest to any of this. I just want you to help me test it out with the sweetest secret before I try it with a manuscript or anything. So
my mother just sent me this wall of text discussing the sweater. I sent her a picture and was like, can you fix this?
That's so sweet though.
I think she's telling me how to fix it. No, I want her to fix it for me. Fine needle, okay.
I think it's one of those things where, if you can't do it and you take it to her, she will fix it for you. But also, the mom mode is to immediately, this is how you fix it, my child. Mm-hmm. So I'm so excited.
I was doing it right, but she's like, but it probably won't look as good ever.
Okay.
And I'm just like, and then I got a cat picture.
That's our new is it a knit sweater?
Yeah.
You can knit little bunnies or something and then sew it onto it to cover it.
Yeah.
I say bunnies for a very specific reason.
Yeah. I mean, there are things I can do, but it's right on the boob.
Yes, that makes it ideal for putting a small thing, because that's where a lot of things go. Or you could just decide to do something all across it. Yeah. So it's not just a cover up. It's a personalized, elevate your $10 sweater even further.
I will see.
Let me tell you, sorry, this is random, but because I was so cold, I bought this tiny space heater, which I love this little anti-tilt feature. Look at my anti-tilt feature.
Sorry, I'm getting cat pictures. Okay, I'm looking at your anti-tilt picture.
It's this little button. So basically, like on, off. So if a cat or a dog or something knocks it over, it turns itself off. I love that. But also, this thing is tiny, and I was like, I was not sure if it would work at all. But like when we streamed Monday, I literally my fingers were so frozen, and I was like, I can't be in the garage den like on streams and stuff. It was all good for the Grinch because I didn't actually need my fingers for the most part, but like for working and stuff. So I got that. I'm like, I just need this little area. But heating this little area, I was like, is also a big ask because, as you know, it's open.
Mm-hmm. It's not a small room.
Yeah, because like the sides are completely cool and everything. Like first I tested it on the floor and I was like, okay, it got warm enough that I can still exist. Then I tested it right there and I was like, oh good, nothing got cold. But then I was like, but what if so I could just warm my hands every now and then. It is so perfect. I'm in love with it now.
I'm glad. I'm getting cat pictures. That's our new kid.
Oh.
And our old man. Look at this other one. These are amazing. I'm so happy. At first I thought it was one of my childhood cats died recently, and he was a black cat, and he was the litter mate of the white this one. And he died recently, and then we got another black cat that we kind of just like stumbled upon. And then so I keep seeing pictures, or like when I was home visiting, I was working like writing and stuff, and out of the corner of my eye, it was the first time I'd been home since Ash had died. I saw a black cat approaching, and Ash would always climb on top of your laptop or your work or whatever you were doing and demand attention, which is adorable. So, but you could like waylay him, and so I like naturally, automatically put down my hand to distract Ash. And then Sherlock, who's our new cat, that's her name, she just walked on by because it wasn't Ash. And she doesn't care about laptops yet. And the way it like took me a couple seconds to realize no cat came and like loved my hand, and then my heart just shattered when I remembered he was not there anymore. And that kept happening. Like I kept seeing her out of the corner of my eye and like going to go, and then thinking it was Ash for a second, and then being like, oh wait. So anyways, that's really sad, and that's what I shared.
That happened a bit with Riju.
Here.
Because even though they're like not the same color at all, they're like breed behaviors and stuff are very, it's a thing. They are archetypes. And so she did a lot of the same things that Nappy did. So.
Mm-hmm. So I thought it was a picture of Ash and Fireball curled up together, but it was Sherlock. Is your connection okay?
Yeah, I started downloading a bunch of pictures because Chris and I, since he's working days, we're going to go back to doing more family dinners. And so he sent me a bunch of screenshots of which I will also send to you. But of just like easy, essentially, it's a meal kit, but it's not an actual meal kit. It's just like, if you buy these ingredients, this is about how much they cost. And this is what it would make. And so like, I was like, yeah, that's cool. So I was saving them so that, because he and I have a Discord, and I have now made a thread for dinners. So I was going to put them all in there. Mm-hmm. And my internet was like,
actually, we can only do one task.
Well, I did. The thing is, I did most of them, but then the last one, it was like, we're done.
We have 19 seconds left. I need to come up with what I refer to the clergy members of my world, my religion. as because I
Wait, you
haven't.
need to do what with your world religion? I heard you, it just did not process.
I need to come up with a term for the clergy, like priests.
The term for the clergy. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to mute
So
that.
far, the one we've seen so far is a lady wearing scale mail leading the sermon thing. I feel like I need
Okay.
to church.
If you can, of course, throw ideas and stuff in the trio chat.
Yeah. It's actually just gonna all stare at my face. Okay, see you in
Now we're staring at my face. All right. It is.
Oh.
It is so random how when my connection goes iffy, it's like it'll keep the timer in the other one, but it won't keep the timer here. It'll keep me here, but kick me out in the other one. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
I definitely could be running the timer right now, but whatever.
No, it's fine. For the most part, the only so Chris and my router we figured out is like almost 10 years old. So really we just need a new Wi-Fi router. But it works. It still works really well in general. It's just when I start uploading or downloading a lot of stuff while I'm streaming, kind of goes. And because I was clearing out my desktop, it was uploading a lot of things to Dropbox. And I also took the time to organize the, like if I'm putting them in there, I might as well organize them now to make my life easier later. So bless you. The biggest, like the thing that took the most amount of time to upload onto the Dropbox servers are my 2 folders for my Stardew Valley mods. Because I have one folder that I copy paste when I'm playing by myself, and then another folder that a different folder I copy paste when I'm playing with Fox. Because we're doing an expanded farm, which is this giant ass mod that's got like a bunch of new characters and shit. So I'm like, but I can't play my regular farm when I have that folder in. So I'm like, gotta switch them. But yeah. I got all of that done. My children also came in because my daughter had gotten home. She gets home about 2 hours after her brothers. And she like comes in here and she's like, Mom, but what about our houses? And I was like, well, go get your number 10 houses. For those who don't know or have forgotten, my sister makes Advent houses for the children. Which all started because when we were growing up, we had Advent calendars with the chocolate, like those. But like the chocolate was really good. And then she started getting them for the children, but the chocolate was really questionable. That one looks like it probably has good chocolate, though.
This is caramel or caramel. What day is it? 10. Shit. We're so many days behind. Okay, chat. We're going to do this together.
Hold on. Let me finish and then you can do that. All right. So my sister was like on the hunt for good chocolate Advent calendars. And this was before, because like, gotta remember, this is like 7-8 years ago. This is before the huge Advent boom of just calendars everywhere. There's like, there's like makeup Advent calendars and there's a shit ton of Advent calendars now. But she found a couple that were like toys, but they were like mega expensive, right? And so she started making these little houses for the children, and she just buys things to put in them. It started out, I'm going to brag a little bit about her process. It started out with she would cut these out, like she found a pattern and she sized it up and she would cut these all out herself. So that was 63 of them for my 3 kids, because we go till the first day of Yule, and then 25 for my oldest niece. So she'd hand cut them out, and she and my mom would like hand cut out the wrapping paper and glue it on and everything. And then my sister has since then bought a Cricut, and now she just buys cardstock. And so they use the Cricut to cut them all out and everything. And so they've cut out a bit of the middleman, and it's just for me, it's so heartwarming to see like the evolution of her doing things like this. And the entire reason she does them is just so the kids still get some of those traditional experiences that we got as kids, but we were able to get them because we grew up in a 3-generational home. And like, we basically grew up with 2 moms. Because my mom and my aunt have never lived more than 15 minutes away from each other. And we spent about as much time at my aunt's house as we did my mom's. And so, my middle sister, she wants to be a forever aunt, never wants to have children of her own because she says, I already have enough children. So she's just like, she's like, I know that financially it's hard to raise kids. And she's like, so I'm going to do some of the traditions that like grandma or them would do for us. And I'm going to do them for the kids. And then since she still lives with our mom helps. So, grandma's still helping. But so it's just, I love, like, she does that. She does an annual Easter egg hunt too. And it's great. And I love that she does that for them. And yes, they're still so expensive. Jessica got 423 words for that sprint. Very quickly, what did you do that sprint? And then you can do your pageant.
I finished the scene. This used to be such an important scene in the book, but I've
used to be.
Yeah, I've established most of it by now. Like, we don't need to learn about the rebellion. We know about the rebellion. We don't need to learn about the weird pool between, like, Jason caught between his two lineages. We don't need to learn about Jason's, like, dancing around the subject. We've done that. So I kind of just, what was originally the focus of this scene became a just like stinger on the end of a bigger scene that better establishes some things. And now I do need to come up with a term for my clergy. But in the meantime, would people like to hear what kind of caramel I got?
I would love to hear what kind of caramel you got.
That I have not been looking at or eating.
I've set up my playlist and everything, so I will for sure be working on Sweetest Secret.
Yeah. Okay, so I am really bad at daily stuff, as everyone should probably know by now. Dark roasted.
Now that I know you have an advent calendar, I'll remind you. When the kids bring me their houses, I'll remind you about your caramel.
Amazing. Dark roasted mocha. Was 4. 5 is classic, just normal caramel. 6 is classic vanilla. It actually says it on here. 7. Oh, I think no, this is just horribly wrapped up. Is a normal, like another normal one. 8 is another normal one. 9.
Not a very diverse.
No. 9 is black lava sea salt.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Oh my god, no, I have had lava sea salt. Like, oh my god, that's actually going to be delicious. I'm jealous. Okay. I've had the chocolate, not the caramel, but I imagine.
Yeah. Come on, 10. And 10 is Cape Cod sea salt. No. Yeah, that is Cape Cod. I thought it was Cape God sea salt because of the fox. But it's Cape
the most
Cod.
Divine of them all.
Okay, I'm going to have the one that you got really excited about. Black lava sea salt. And then I think on the first day was like nutmeg, cinnamon, tasted like a gingerbread house, but it was a lot. The second day I gave to my dad, which was just like a normal one. The third day, I tried...
Just pack all the normal ones, give them out when you visit.
The third day was tapped maple, and I tried it and then spit it out, and I didn't really like. That was a little much. So, let me see. It is soft. It's like melted slightly, which I feel like is good. It's gonna be really hard. I'm gonna like bite through it because it's gonna be way too much either way.
Yeah, especially with your teeth right now.
Oh my god.
It's delicious, isn't it?
Really
See?
good.
Like, oh, but my children, like, I saw it in a store once, I think, and I was like, let's try this out. And so I got a thing of it, and my children were obsessed with it, especially my middle one. And my middle one does not have a big sweet tooth in general. So anytime he, like, comes back for, and asks for more of a specific candy or something, I'm like, I make a super mental note of that. I did recently, I was informed that my youngest is not a big fan of caramel, and I'm like, your father's child.
I don't while it. I'm going to speak with a lisp for a while, and you guys are just going to have
understandable.
live with that. I didn't like, this is killing me actually. I didn't like caramel for a while when I was younger, and I don't know why, but it got to the point I have like a vivid memory of, I think it was
I liked the
Easter.
flavor, but I didn't like eating caramels because it was just too chewy.
Yeah, I think that was it. On Easter, I moved it to the side of my mouth for this. On Easter, my family was visiting my aunt and uncle who lived in like Jamestown or something, one of the historical Virginia towns. And we had caramelized apples that like dunk, and I like did not want to eat it. I was like, can I just have a normal apple?
Those are so hard to eat, to be fair. You like I have an advantage over most people when it comes to eating caramel and candy apples because I have such a big overbite. It's not an issue for me, but like they're still like a little difficult for me too. So I can only imagine.
I think I was little because this is the same night that I looked out the window and I saw the Easter Bunny, which I'm pretty sure now was probably just a college kid in a Easter Bunny costume. But I was like, oh my God, that's the Easter Bunny. And no one believed me.
For the kids when they were little, for caramel apples, I cut them into slices for them, so they didn't have to do all the work. Because Jessica said the kid isn't a sweets person, and I assume her kid isn't a sweets person in the slightest. I think the sweetest thing she's ever had is very basic lollipops. That's fair.
I like peppermint flavored things.
My oldest is obsessed with mint. Any kind of mint, peppermint, spearmint, he just loves mint.
Where they're candy coating peppermint sprinkles, but it's like chunks of peppermint on top, and they're fantastic.
My mom has never been a big sweets or like super big desserts person, but she always likes trying them and stuff. So I have, for all of my life, been the person to finish my mother's desserts and stuff if we go out. And the other day she called me and she's like, I might like one day this week or next week when I like do something, I might grab you from the house and then we can go to this one place because they've got this iced peppermint hot chocolate. And she's like, and I really want to try it. And she's like, you like peppermint, right? And I'm like, yes. Yeah, it's a iced peppermint hot. That's why she really wants to try it, because she's like an iced hot chocolate.
Peppermint milk, chocolate milk.
No, I've had an iced hot cocoa before, and they are the texture is different. Okay. So, but yeah, so I'm all like, yes, of course you can steal me, your oldest child, and I will eat or drink whatever you purchase. So,
all right, I ate it.
I know you're still. How are your teeth now?
I purposely didn't chew on it other than with my front teeth.
Oh, okay. So you just wore it down. Got you.
3 cavities on this side and 1 on this side.
Hey, in all honesty, I need to get some fillings, and every now and then I'll chew with my back molars, and I am reminded that I need to get some fillings.
Yeah.
But I've been, in my defense, I have been a very good mother, and instead I just make sure the children go to the dentist. So
I was never afraid of the dentist and stuff growing up because my grandpa was my dentist until I was like 9, because then we moved to Texas. And even then, we would still, every time we came and visit, it would be a dentist appointment.
We have a really good kids dentist in the area. The kids are now too old for it, but they had, like, they would go in and they have TVs on the ceiling and stuff, much like your dentist now. And so the kids would they'd have headphones on, and like the dentists were great with them. The dentists were also very much, we try to see the children without the parents, and I'm like, that's nice for now. And I would just like let the children decide. I'm like, do you want to go back there? Or do you want me to? And if my kid was just like, I want you to, then yeah, no, I was going back there. They were not stopping me. But now all 3 of my kids are very comfortable with the dentist and everything. So
my family, like the dentist I was going through like high school, I probably started seeing him like 11. Go ahead.
Jessica says her favorite ice cream is a peppermint with white chocolate and peppermint pieces. It's so good. That sounds tasty. Right now, Dutch Brothers I highly recommend Dutch Brothers coffee and stuff. Is it not muted? I told you to be muted. I'll mute the tab on here. But right now, Dutch Brothers has a bunch of seasonal like coffees and hot cocoa. One of the things I really like about Dutch Brothers is that when they have seasonal things, their flavors are usually like available in all of their drink types. Coffee, cold brew, iced coffee, hot chocolate. They're like, we got it.
Oh, so does. Well, we should go on sprint. We can keep talking after.
Yes. Oh, we accidentally forgot. So for question 2, has anybody ever worked with an author? And then question 3 is, do you have any holiday plans? Sorry, have you worked with an editor, not author?
Hi.
Hi. I may be madly in love with Only Office.
I I messaged you about this, but I came up with an idea.
Yes. Mine will be shorter, so I'll go ahead and do mine to get it out the way.
Mhm.
So I had been downloading Only Office on my phone last sprint, and from what I saw in the mobile, you can do all the editing, all the writing, and everything mobile wise. I actually think I might like how the mobile app Only Office is set up better than the desktop app Only Office, which is weird, but here we are. I'm primarily using the browser one though because it doesn't make that big a difference to me if it's browser based or the other one. I've got it bookmarked. And the track changes are showing up how they would if an actual editor were like going through with a pen. And
Mm.
I really like that concept in it. Also, if I hover over some of the changes it's tracking, it shows me like essentially the evolution of my changes. Like I had left some comments for myself for this draft, and one of them was like for why, and then it says so it says that I had left a comment for why, and then deleted the paragraph, and then what I replaced the paragraph with, and I'm like, that's so advanced for a writing program. And so yeah, I'm loving it so far. And I am on the page 3 of 3 now for the top. So I won't finish it today in our final sprint, but I am making some good progress.
Yay. The scene, chunky montage thing, date, will actually give Ryan Jason a chance to get to know each other as like normal people. Like before life and death situations, before secrets
If
really.
it makes you feel any better for Not For Her and for Save Her Soul, I will also be going in and adding some more relationship fleshing out scenes. So,
Mhm.
or well, Not For Her, not necessarily scenes, but you know what I mean. I'm just fleshing out flavor.
Yeah.
So I think it's great that you like, because you came up, like you said, you shared the idea and you came up with a really good idea, and it's one of those times where it's like, oh, this would add a lot of words and it would add like a whole new section, but like it's going to be a very fun section for
Yeah.
readers to read, and it does serve a lot of narrative and character development purpose that
Yeah.
is going to solve some of the concerns that you were having as you were drafting.
Mhm.
So, which for everybody watching us, this is one of the reasons why it's good to have a critique partner since you start your draft, because you have somebody who has been there with you the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I definitely also you should allow yourself to, after you, because you've been adding like brand new chunks, to like go through and self-revise them a little bit once.
Yeah.
If you want to. But that way you don't have like a mix of self-revised draft and then first, although that's perfectly normal too. So
Um yeah. I am trying not to just have it be a ripoff of the extra from Grandmaster where they're going through a market and going on a
it's
date.
not going to be a rip. Look, there is a difference between ripping off and inspired by, okay? Because you know what going through a festival montage scene you read long before you ever read Grandmasters? The one in all that glitters.
Yes, yes.
And I'm sure you've read it in other sources.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm egotistic, and I so mine is the first one I thought of. But yeah, so it's a very common like it is a very common, I don't want to say trick, but it is a trick of the trade in romance novels and whatnot, because psychologically, if you want to trick people's brains into thinking, oh, this relationship is developing like at a believably quick pace, change location and activity a lot. The more places and things they do, the more the brain thinks more time and stuff has passed. And I mean, in all honesty, also, we do, like in real life, if we go do a bunch of stuff with people in one day, can like bond and get to know them better than it, you know, if we just talk to somebody every now and then over the course of a couple of months. So,
Yeah. But
I'm here for you to take away all your, or at least smooth your concerns enough to go.
yeah, and I guess it would make it more two-sided, liking each other.
Reciprocal?
Yeah, well, right now we have a lot of the emotional development that happens between the two happens from Rye's point of view. And so and this would be in Jason's. And I have been a little concerned that it's going to read like Jason's only just physically attracted to Rye, or is attracted to him because he's new and different. So them spending time together.
I know I compare it a lot, and if you get sick of me doing it, just let me know. But it reminds me a lot of the like, not necessarily struggles, but the changes that I have in mind that I have to go through and add in for Savers, because I have the same like concerns with Rochelle's attraction to Moxie.
Yeah.
So
I think
it's always the horny ones
that it's not just physical attraction.
We gotta worry about the horny ones.
Yeah. Why are you attracted to them? How could I not be? I can't put a list of things
but like,
because it's everything. Like that.
Do you like them, or do you just want to fuck them? Why not both?
Yeah. It's the Swan Princess where it's like, what do you like, Memmy? You're beautiful. What else? Oh. What else is there?
Swan Princess, such an underrated movie. Yeah, we should do a Let's Talk on Swan Princess.
I love those movies as a kid. I watched them on repeat over and over.
Same.
Love the animation in it as well. But so I'm like, he's in love with Rye. Like he falls first, definitely. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a little thing right there.
No worries.
All right, I'm going to check in with chat real quick. Yeah. Jessica said no, she's never worked with an editor, and for holidays, she's been debating on visiting my in-laws for the holidays, but it's up in the air right now before my Christmas gift from my hubby. Oh, because of my Christmas gift from my hubby. Which she continued, he bought me a new PC and the new monitor came in the other day. I already have it set up and the computer itself is getting shipped soon. Awesome. I love that for you. Got 227 words for that sprint and reached chapter 18 because chapter by chapter outline. I mean, very fair. Outlines, you're not going to get a lot of words in, but you're getting a lot of progress in. So,
I had something to say that I don't remember. I have worked with an editor before, kind of. Probably wasn't a super in-depth edit, or it wasn't.
Hold on real quick. Isn't this what the guy says to the prince? Like his. Okay, I just want to make sure I was remembering right.
I'm not sure.
So you worked with an editor before, kind of?
Yeah, on my first and second books. Post-publication on the first one when I was getting it for re-release. And then she actually worked on the second one first with me, even though she read the first one.
So why do you say kind of?
Because it wasn't a super in-depth edit. I mean, it
okay.
It was somewhat, but it wasn't. She was doing it kind of as a favor, wanting to get back into the business of editing because she had like taken a break for like a decade. And so it was like super discounted and was like a very much a like review. It wasn't as in depth as like an edit.
It was more an editorial review than an in-depth edit. Okay, yeah.
But yeah. So I'm excited to work on like a hella edit at some point with this book.
As everyone knows, or if you don't know, you will know soon, I have been obsessed with the process of publishing a book since I was 12. And, the other day I was talking to Fox and I was like, I know it sounds hella weird and pretentious and kind of unbelievable to be like, yeah, 12-year-old Sam was like looking up author interviews and researching how an industry worked. And to you, I say my 10-year-old child is researching ancient Egypt to create characters and for character development. I don't know what she's using these characters for, mind you. But if she can do that at 10, I'm like, you know what? People discredit teenagers too much sometimes. But yeah, so, and I've read author interviews, and of course I've read about like how editors work with authors and stuff. And I have only worked with one editor myself, that is Danica Taylor, and she worked with me with All That Glitters. But she tries to give indie authors the traditional publishing editorial experience. And from everything we did and from my knowledge of traditional publishing, she very much gave me that. And so I love and adore her, and I am so excited to work with her again. Like, we had our call last night, and I'm already like excited because like one of my favorite things about working with her is she'll do an initial read and she turns her editor brain off and she tries to read it like a reader would read it. And she'll leave some comments and stuff, but then she has a call or a discussion via text, whichever the writer is more comfortable with, where she asks a lot of questions about author intent and about some of the background information not on page that one would need to know in order to, understand the story and stuff. And so I answered a lot of her questions and everything. And then she was like, okay, she's like, now everything fits into place and I understand. And now she's going to go ham, adding in like suggestions and where I could do things and all of that. And so like one of my biggest issues with some feedback that I get every now and then is like, it would be great feedback if that was my intent, but that's not my intent. So like the feedback is, I can't use it in everything. And like when I try to do a critique, I try to like, unless I'm really confident because I know the person really well and I know, like, I already know the thing of the story. Otherwise, I'd be like, hey, I don't know if this is what you were trying to do, but if this is what you were trying to do, then I would recommend or suggest this. And if not, then this, this is why it came across that way.
Like, so there that you would know what I was intending to do and be able to make a very informed assessment of it. But you have in the past been like, so if you're doing this, then this, and if you're doing that, then that. If you're doing neither of them, please tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, if you're doing neither of them, I don't know. Please explain. So I love that like Danica also comes at it from that, and that way when she does put in all of the like work for the feedback and stuff, it will all be stuff for the intent of my story, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I'm very excited. We've got 21 seconds, but
nice. How many sprints do we have left? 2? Oh shit, no.
I think the one. Yeah, it's just the wrap-up sprint now.
Okay.
And then I have to go make dinner. Otherwise, I would be like, well, my laptop factory resets. Because I have only Office now, I can hop onto Chris's computer. But no. I have to go cook. But here we go. I muted the wrong thing.
Hello.
Hello.
So I've worked on this book for a couple of years now, and this celebration has always been mentioned. I don't know what the celebration's for. I have like a couple ideas, but I've always been like, oh yeah, there's some dragon celebration. That's why it's a real punishment that Jason doesn't get to show up for this ceremony, and people like think bad about him. Um, and I'm like, cool, cool. What is it? So now I'm thinking it's gonna be the day that the darkness was defeated. The thing that Trionos, the like founder, the lady that brought in dragon knowledge, um, what she like the day she defeated the darkness, which kind of tracks because a few months later is the start of the year, and the start of the year is on the anniversary of Trionos marrying the princess. Um, so if she defeated the darkness and then like 3 months later she gets to marry the princess, which is what she returned, and we've already established she returned from defeating the darkness and was asked, what do you want? And she went, I would like to marry the princess. And the princess goes, fuck yeah. So I'm like, okay, it's a quick wedding, but that tracks. And so I was like, okay, but so what would be the kind of things at this festival? And so it's that she drove back the darkness. So we're probably gonna have a lot of like light and lanterns and stuff like that. And I was like, would there be? I was like, I got kind of giving beginning of Lord of the Rings, Bilbo Baggins's birthday celebration. I'm like, is there gonna be a dragon that like dragon sculpture or something, fire? Because I'm like, that's probably gonna be. I was like, what are the involvement of dragons at this celebration? Before I figured out what it was for Trionos. But I was like, is that gonna trigger or like set off? Or I was like, what's Rye's feelings about it? And I was like, wait, if they're doing some sort of demonstration, then I'm like, would that fuck with Rye? And so I made some notes about that. And then the fact that the one spell Rye knows right now is light. And then, yeah. So basically, spitballing, writing down ideas. And that's what I did during that. And trying to figure out, yeah, what kind of festival type thing that I want to do.
Well, I like your explanation for the festival.
Thank you. I was like, are we talking about them too much? Like, should I come up with like diversify it a bit? And I'm like, wait, no, it probably makes sense if like, hey, we've explained this thing of these two ladies getting married and being the founders. We've mentioned the founders again in the previous chapter when we're in the temple and there's a giant fucking statue of them. And then we're gonna mention them again. I mean,
it's the like most prominent religion, so it makes sense that it would
it
be
is really
mentioned
just the only
frequently.
religion in Kairos.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, honestly, it would be weirder if it wasn't mentioned, like, not necessarily every single chapter, but like, because I know later on it won't be, but I mean, like, while you're in the big city and it's like prominent and everything, it would be weirder if it wasn't mentioned frequently.
I'm struggling to make sure, or I want to make sure, keeping an eye on the fact that Rye from Ulrin doesn't have this Halkret religion and faith around him a lot. Like Kiyomi is a member of the faith, and there's like a couple other people, but it's not as much a thing out there. Even though they're not that far from like the major city, but they're in a very popular trade hub, or like and I think a lot of their population is immigrants from the other countries that got absorbed into the Kyrosian Empire, because it's like kind of a trade pathway up the slope of the Rins. So I'm just like, it's just kind of isolated, like weirdly isolated for being so near. but I think I can hand wave enough because I don't want Rye to be around, have grown up around Halkret religion.
Yeah.
Other than like the old lady who lives down the street and like a couple other people are a member of. Most everyone's just going about their day. And I've talked about how like the faith has kind of declined in recent years, especially
Yeah.
since the uprising. But it is so strong in the capital still because it's the capital.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay, cool.
I actually did finish revising, which concerned me at first. And I went back and I reread the page to make sure, and I was like, I'm like, this is fine for my critique partners to now look through it. So
for the project,
Sweetest Secret.
okay, I wasn't sure if you were saying the title.
The title is The Sweetest Secret. Or
Yeah,
just Sweetest. I don't know if there's going to be a the, but it's Sweetest Secret right now.
but I wasn't sure if you were still calling it your. Oh wait, that's a different thing. Anyways,
that's a completely different thing, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But so I now have a document for you and Fox in the only office room for it that you guys can critique at your leisure.
Cool. I got through less than a page, but I did finish this page, and then I started working.
Yeah, but you had to resolve a major world building thing, so
yeah.
You've actually you've taken care of a couple world build okay, no, one was a world building thing, one was a character arc and development thing. You've done a bunch of big tasks today.
Yeah. I have. I didn't know you were gonna limit it to today. What world building thing did I do? Oh, the festival.
Yeah, I was about to be like, hold on, I know there was one. Don't trick me.
No, yeah, and I'm hoping that them going on the date. I was thinking about and how that affects other things, like Jason showing up in the running into each other in the office, and like it's one thing to have like this guy came for help. You guys had a conversation, or no, you helped him, like ran into him once with something that was getting stolen, exchanged like 4 lines. You saw him in the phone room, and then you helped him a little bit, gave him some bad news, and then you ran into each other in the forest, and you like hung out for like a little bit. And then you run into him, and you're like, oh no. Versus spending a like afternoon together at a festival, like hanging out and chatting. I like put some plot point or like conversation points that would come up, like family and reactionary stuff to like running into different things. Like I want them definitely taking inspiration from the grandmasters, like overhearing what the public's talking about, and I'm like, a festival would be a great place for that. Trying to like see what people are thinking of Jason, and then also set up for like people excited to see the prince, and like how is he going to act at this festival, because it's like something that's honoring his ancestors on his mother's side, who are also the people that used to be evil, but they're also the people that give us magic. And like people having so much anticipation and like talking about that, and then Rye and Jason overhearing that, and then like how Rye would react, and then seeing how Rye would react would kind of endear Rye to Jason. Because Rye's gonna be like, the fuck you talking? Don't talk about other people behind them. Fuck off. Watch your fucking tongue. And Jason's like, hard eyes.
I would like to acknowledge chat.
Yes.
So, hey RP, welcome. Yep, we're about to finish up.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. We are about to finish up. However, Psalm Lab, we do try to do WIP Wednesday every Wednesday. It alternates between my channel and CB's channel, so if you want to like subscribe and stuff, we'll be here weekly. I also sometimes run sprints on Mondays. Not for the rest of the year, though, because we're doing the holiday bash on Monday, and then I'm not streaming on Mondays anymore. So until 2026.
Yes.
Jessica got 200.
Your voice went out. Your voice went out, Sam. Sam, your voice went out. Jessica got 289 in that last sprint and is now at 1311 for the day, which is awesome. Hello back, Sam.
Thank you. My phone fell asleep and thus disconnected me.
How dare. I am alternating between if I want to keep working or not. I might take a little break and then keep working. But also, breaks are risky. Breaks are real risky.
Well, if this will help your decision, I can sit in a call with you while I start dinner and, Chris showers and everything for probably about an hour, and then I will have to get off. So
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, just let me.
My head hurts.
Yes. Listen to the migraines, because especially during revision, I actually think that it's like more important to provide. Sorry. I apologized for smacking you on my phone with this. But I think it's more important to revise with as little brain fog or migraine pain as possible, because revisions. Yeah. So yeah, just as I said, that is my offer. Let me know.
Oh, our about 30 to 45 minutes. I'll make that my goal. I'll take some pain meds and lay down. Drink some water, not just iced tea. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Yep. We will. Are you doing WIP Wednesday next week? I can run it on your channel if you're not there.
I will just be organizing it around a house tour.
Okay. All right. Then we will see you all hopefully Monday for the holiday bash, and then next week on CB's channel for more work sprints.
Yeah.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.